Okay, I think we're back here.
Is it because it's raining, storming?
It could be. Yeah, thanks guys for your patience. If you actually hung out, if you bailed, fuck you. Not here
It's all
anyway.
good. Whatever.
Um, yeah, the third thing with dogs and videos of them eating. So specifically eating things like food
Yeah.
or like bugs off the floor. What?
Oh, like I don't know, like a strawberry or my ice cream, and the dog's just looking at licking. Like, oh, isn't he cute? No.
Yeah, yeah, I get you on that, but it'd be the same.
Um,
Yes?
no.
No?
The best thing is to watch a bunny eat a raspberry. I love that. Okay.
Because it looks like they just,
Just some questions that occurred to me this morning when I was watching a video. Like, why would you?
Well, I think the last one is the same for anybody who, oh, look, I've got a baby. I'm going to post pictures of it gurgling and snotting, or I've got a kitty. I'm going to post pictures or videos of it sleeping in a chair.
That's fucking adorable.
This is part of their identity, and they want to share that with people and bond with other people. That's all I've got.
Good. I just threw it out there.
No, it's a fair topic.
I'm not thrilled with cats in the bed either.
Mhm.
I'm not thrilled with it because they get kitty litter in the bed.
Not if you lick their paws clean first.
True.
Then they're all like,
They really get in there.
Mm. Oh my god. I love to watch the cats clean their toes, though.
But I'm not going to post videos.
Well, maybe.
I can never catch them doing it. No.
I disappeared. I'm back.
We missed you. Oh,
What happened?
she's gone. She's back. There we go.
The hell?
She's blurry. She's clean. Visible. Not blurry.
Am I moving at all?
A
I
little
don't
bit every
make
couple
plans.
seconds. That's
Yeah,
right.
I know. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe soon, maybe not. We don't know. We're waiting to find out. Let's see. Your video's not up. You're moving like every 8 seconds. You'll move and you're like a finch in a cage. Just you're here, you're there. You're here, you're there.
All right. Let me try.
Okay.
Did she run away?
We don't know. This is what we do for entertainment. We wait to see who's going to show back up. I could do another arc. Towie! Yeah, we're getting that same thing, Lynn. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Is she still here or is she just frozen?
Who, Elizabeth?
Uh-huh. Do you see her?
I see her, but I don't tell you what she does.
She's practicing to be in a store window.
Oh, it's funny that the picture I have frozen on my screen over here where I paused the Twitch stream. It looks like she might be constipated again from that look.
Oh, that's horrible.
When I was thinking about you for something the other day, I don't remember.
Because she's getting something in the mail soon?
No, that wasn't it. I considered that. I wasn't gonna, drop a spoiler. It's I saw you've done the 4th episode of The Fakest, and that you're in that one, so that's good. It's funny. Elizabeth, reset. I don't know if she can hear. She's probably talking the whole time and doesn't realize that we don't hear her.
It happens to me all the time.
It does. There we go. See, OBS was disconnected and then it reconnected. Now I could go on with this last article I have while we're waiting for Elizabeth to return.
Uh-huh.
So apparently, in Malaysian Borneo, there's a little remote village that pygmy elephants will just wander by. Hold on, let me go change that now that she's gone. Let me Drop that back up here to 2. Of course, now Andrea's. Oh, wait, I'm going to do. Hold on a second.
What happened?
I had to change it to that. You were full screen, so I had to change it back to, the regular size screen.
Oh, nobody wants to see that right now. I need to brush my hair.
Only had like your eye and nose in it. It was okay.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then when Elizabeth comes back, yeah, I'll fix it all up. Okay, so this little town in Borneo, Malaysian Borneo. These pygmy elephants will come wander along the roadside, feeding, just generally
We're
traveling.
We're all
through the
frozen
area.
now, she
We're
says.
all frozen now.
Mm.
Refreshing. Are we back? You got us now there, Toey?
Are we refreshed?
I've got a refreshing drink Andrea made me earlier.
I need to add some honey or something to my. It's still bitter. I'm looking forward to pink grapefruit.
And Toey, if you can hear us now, last night, some people experienced issues, some didn't. Now, if it was us, it would have been issues across the board. So I'm thinking Twitch is having some issues because our alerts on Stream Labs and Stream Elements are not giving sound. Now, if I go stationary now too.
Oh, I see a pickle.
Uh-oh.
See, I've got green across the
I
board
went.
here when looking at
Now
my
I see you.
Discord and my OBS. Both have green.
I'm moving again.
You are. Welcome back. I don't know. If it was us, we could work on fixing the problem. If it's Twitch, we just got to wait it out. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. We're just going to discuss pygmy elephants in Malaysia, Borneo.
Wait, we little elephants. Can we have
They
one?
are.
The cats need to cuddle with one.
They're less than 8 feet tall.
Oh.
Only some males and no females have tusks. And it's rather shy and loves certain vegetables. Well, in this area, one of these, a young one, was shot dead on the side of the road.
No.
And by the way, this is not expected to be poachers because it was left there. That's believed to have been killed after destroying local crops.
It just wanted a corn.
It did. And this is the third deceased elephant found in that territory in the last 8 days. So it was killed out of revenge for eating the crops. By the way, crops include palm oil trees. The tusks were intact. Signs say it was not killed by poachers intending to sell the ivory, but rather just a revenge killing. And from the position of the injury, trajectory of the pellet, hey, they're pretty thorough. It's probable that it was shot from close range from an elevated place or the back of a vehicle. So maybe somebody would buy in their Jeep, popped it. Earlier this year, 6 of them were poisoned.
Don't pop a cap in it. That's horrible.
So, yeah, for a biologically diverse area, you have pygmy elephants, orangutans, clouded leopards, and now they face threats of deforestation, timber, palm oil, rubber, and mineral industries. The area in the last century lost half of its forest. And with the demand of palm oil going up, yeah, these animals are basically threatening people's money, and they're being killed for it.
And that's not bad enough. Just for our viewers out there in YouTube, palm oil is one of the things I'm supposed to avoid because I'm trying to, and a good way to keep my blood pressure, my cholesterol up without going on medication. Palm oil is none of that. You got to stay away from it.
It's in everything, isn't it?
I don't know.
She's trying to stay away from it and she left.
Apparently one of us looks like palm oil. I have used oil on my palm.
Oh, that's different.
So is Andrew.
Mhm. Okay.
Oh, dirty.
So am I.
What?
That's a different show altogether.
It's getting hot in here.
Woo,
I don't know what
what
I
are you
mean.
eating?
So you want me to take my shirt off? Is that?
Is it your triple booby shirt?
It is my triple booby shirt. My
Did you
boobies on boobies.
did you see my shirt for today that I wore? I don't have an
I
anger
don't have it.
problem. Can you read the small print?
No.
I have an idiot problem. It's I figured for today's topic it would be appropriate because most of these things were related to stupid people.
Well, okay, I can see the farmer point of view. I mean, when an elephant
No.
comes and attacks your crops, I mean, it's not like I mean, I'm sure they eat a lot and
Mhm.
destroy a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
But on the other hand, I mean, how far into the wilderness go?
Well,
You know,
over the past 100 years, they've lost half of their wilderness. So where are these animals gonna go? And when people are like, well, they don't matter, we matter. No, no, they do matter. It's a balance in nature. It's you kill off the elephants, and now your predators have nothing to feed on but small animals. So the small animal population increases. They fuck up your home, crops, etc.
That's how the plague started.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Because of the cats and stuff, they ate the mice and got rid of stuff. But cats are evil. This is why we don't have the plague in our house. Because we have.
I have seen
that's
them
true.
hunt things. They are not the reason we don't have the plague.
Yeah,
They
and you
don't.
need to read that book, Andrea. That The Lion in the Living Room.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll love it. If I get the job, I'll buy it. What was it? I can't remember. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. It'll come back.
What? Coffee?
Just-
Coffee.
I want some more coffee, Faye.
I'm drinking coffee.
Did
No,
you heat it up?
you're drinking cold water and milk. We know.
No, I added hot water to the
Oh,
cold
did you?
water, so now it's
Warm
for
water
you.
and milk.
all right. It all
One
comes out.
time I made coffee, forgot to put the coffee in it.
Yep, done that.
I've done that too.
I tried to put the milk on the top shelf. Like, why isn't this fitting? Well, it goes in the drawer during the break. This interview is gonna be a huge banana.
What are you
Who knows
interviewing
what is
for?
I I work with that nonprofit organization that pays me to teach after school and specialty classes,
Mm-hmm.
children. The future criminals of New York, and I put in to move up into management, and it's interesting because I went through kind of my supervisor. I wasn't sure how to go through it, and I've never worked in an organization this large, and he responded with certain emails and questions, and then he insisted to me he had sent all the material to the appropriate person. And when I was at the Yankee game, I ran into that appropriate person. I thought, all right, this is your shot. So I inquired about it, and then she said, okay, let's do tea. And I made an appointment with her. A month later, here we are.
Okay.
Job.
Thanks. I have no idea what's going to happen. But any interview you can get to, or even chat, is good rehearsal.
Very true.
So it's tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 1.
Well,
And my father's procedure is tomorrow.
oh goodness.
Yeah.
When are you going to hear? When do they expect him out?
Hopefully tomorrow.
Well, what I'm saying is it a 9 a.m. appointment or a 6 p.m. appointment?
I don't know. I'll find it out today sometime.
Okay. I
And
mean,
I would really like to be there, but then I thought, well, I really should make this interview.
Yeah.
Good to stay optimistic. Bum, 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 bum. See what I mean? I'm going to be a fucking mess tomorrow.
You're going to be great on the
but
outside. You'll be great.
well, the thing is, you'll probably walk into your interview and you'll have that because you're so, living life. You
Mhm.
might have that I don't give a damn attitude that is
Probably.
priceless in a fucking interview. You walk in
Yeah.
there like you just don't care. You're here because you're you. And a lot of
Mhm.
interviewers respond really well to that.
Yeah. I
Um,
think so. I hope so. And I'm going in there with an agenda. I'm going in there with these are the reasons why you should hire me. And this is what I would like to do. These are the issues that I see between the supervisors and the teaching instructor. What's happening. This is the point of view I'll be coming in with.
Yeah,
I
because you've been on the teacher side.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
I
think
think it's quite
it's
valuable.
yeah, and I think it's
Yeah.
healthy to come in with an agenda because then it shows you're there for a damn reason, and it's
Yeah.
not
Absolutely.
just a
Now, if
paycheck.
they decide, oh, excuse me, go ahead, Travis. I overtalked you.
No,
Go
no, no.
ahead.
I just and it's not just a paycheck. That's all I said. Go on.
Agreed. And you know what? Okay, let's say I get hired or I get promoted. I'm going to do whatever they want me to do. But at least in the interview, I want to show initiative, thought.
Hmm.
Right.
I'm ready to rock
Isn't it
and have something.
hard? I'm sorry,
It's,
finish up.
it's, so, it's so hard. So boring.
Well,
It's so,
the whole showing initiative thing, when you go into interview, you're like, no, I could totally take charge and kick ass, or I could sit down, shut up, and be a dumb follower. What are you looking for here? But you
no,
can't really go into an interview and outright
Say
tell them
that.
that because it confuses them.
no, you have to project that. You have to act like it. And
Hmm.
usually, if I can get to an interview, I've been very lucky to get to the next level. I usually get hired.
Right.
We'll see. My big thing is I see that there's a big lack of communication and organization from
No.
the young and superiors, the ones
Uh-huh.
that aren't used to dealing with people one on one. They're only used to technology,
Mm.
and the teachers or the grunts in the field.
See, isn't communication and organization really the summarization of 90% of the issues
Yeah,
Hmm.
and
between
making
people?
Yeah.
it is. And I think one of the things. It's funny. I always bring it back to you guys. True
Mhm.
though. When they say management is not telling people what to do, it's inspiring people to be more than they are, do what you need them to do.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of that comes through communication and making people feel appreciated
Hmm.
and then vital to success. And when I get a postcard from Talk at the Tavern, it makes my day, it makes my week. uh, and it's not just bringing donuts to people. It's let's have
I
a
want donuts. I want
let's
donuts.
why can't you have a monthly meeting for an hour that they get paid for, and they can and talk to each other and talk to the direct supervisor. Why is there not time for that? And why is there not a get together at the end to where, or even, when I go teach at a school, I don't know if you realize this, I still forget, but in New York, everything's up and down
Right.
floors. There's 2 to 3 schools per building.
Mm. Wow.
So, and you got to go in, you got to get past a police officer who's not armed. Thank you, Governor Obama. Right. Fat lot of good that's going to do. I don't know what floor I'm going to. A lot of times officers are welcoming to me. Sometimes they don't even help me. I've been liked by the administration there.
Hmm.
And I don't see why all of the teachers can't communicate. Why can't I know all the other teachers there? At least from my organization. And that's
Because it
I'm trying.
keeps you little people from organizing and rebelling. All the
You
teachers up
gotta
in
know,
arms.
but all the soldiers in the field need to know each other, at least even in your platoon. You gotta know each
It makes you work better together. At least
other.
if you have connected with somebody you give a little damn, and you're
Yeah.
more likely
Mm.
to do your job better because A, you're worried about being judged,
Mhm.
or B, you actually care about the person. So, yeah, the only people that don't
I
are the sociopaths or the totally broken.
I make friends with instructors even though we don't have any time, but it's ridiculous that on a snow day, I can't, I don't have a number to a fellow instructor at their school I can call and say, hey, are we still meeting? Or school, you know,
Hmm.
if something really bad happens in his school, I don't know what orders to follow or who to go. Or there's other instructors you can at least call what's going on or chat. You know, it's hard.
Hmm.
Increase the communication at this level, so this level's responsibility is less.
And see, those are great points when your supervisor to address and kind of fix. Those are great points. Because
We
what
could,
if it is New York? What if something happens?
what if something happens? And I'm always going to fight for the teachers, and I'm going to push for paid meetings so we can have these meetings that will cover the lost snow days. Because when there's snow or rain, the school gets canceled. They don't. Teachers
You
don't get
know,
paid.
I don't think with New York it's a matter of will something happen. I think it's a matter of when something's going to happen.
When
And,
agreed, you're right.
and I'm not even talking about a 9/11 type thing.
Mm-hmm.
It could be anything. It could be when they had the power outage, 8, 10 years ago, and this whole grid was shut off. And I don't think it didn't hit the island, did it? That was just across the state of New York, correct?
No, I think it hit.
Did it hit the island? I don't
You
remember.
know,
But something like
not
that,
positive. Not positive.
or a hurricane hits, or is threatening to hit, or snowpocalypse 5, 6 years ago that
Mm-hmm.
shut down the whole city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Or
so whether it's
anything.
whether it's a natural event or give it 20 years, and when you're walking through the streets of New York and there is 3 inches of water all the way across the city because of
There's been 3 terrorist attacks since I've been here in New York.
Oh my
really,
gosh.
And people are just stuck. Remember the guy with the van and he drove over people in bike paths
Yeah.
down in
I,
Brooklyn?
Yeah.
oh, I
The
thought that was London.
the guy in Times Square. Oh, they do in London too. The
They're
guy
every
in Times Square running people over, and then there was a bomb, and everyone's just, oh well, that's how it is nowadays. Well, what
That's
are we
all.
doing to prevent this? And part of it is teaching the citizenry to work together, communicate,
there,
talk, to cover each other's butt.
there's also
Mm-hmm.
another thing. The wider we throw our communication net on a personal level, the less
The more you get
likely.
to know people, the less they're gonna do that shit, right?
That's where I was going.
Oh, sorry.
Absolutely. No, 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 it's fine. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly where I was going is if you know your
But
neighbor, he's less likely to attack you in the dark when he
I
has a
don't.
bad day. Go ahead, sorry, Andrew.
I think it was Billy Madison, the Adam Sandler movie. I think it was that movie where Buscemi he played one of these
Mm-hmm.
characters that was bullied, and Adam Sandler character called and said, "Hey, I'd like to apologize
Wow.
for what I did to you." And then you see him go into his list and you know
Cross off
get
Billy
rid of his name.
Madison's name or the
Yeah,
bombing
That's
plan or whatever he
exactly.
had. He's like, well, I guess I don't need to do that one now.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, and that just makes me think, well, shit.
yeah, if you know
Communication, be nice to
your,
people, and maybe.
it might save your life. Or
Well,
it might save their
imagine,
life too.
right, or just taking a little bit of the pressure off someone's day. We've talked about this when you wave hello,
Mm-hmm.
And by the
or
way, we will never stop talking about this either. So never hesitate to repeat it. This is a message I will fucking nail home as long as I
Well,
can. So go on.
there. I'm sorry. Was she still going? Were you still going?
no, I'm waiting for you. I'm laughing.
Oh, there was this guy, old Indian guy, who would walk his dog all the time on the side of the road. And my kid's out of school now, but for several years, I'd drive him to school every morning and home every evening. We would pass this guy, and the guy with the dog, he would wave at everybody driving past, wave at everybody. Now my kid is sometimes grumpy as hell in the morning. He'd see that guy wave at him, he was happy. Changed his day. changed his life for most part. Stuff like that needs to happen more often.
Well,
Yeah.
I told you about when I go fishing here in New York. And I just say, okay, let's see how many smiles I can get. And I do
Oh
everything I
yeah.
can to make someone laugh. And in the subway guys, the subway, and it's, it's a lot of frowns. You got to double
Full
shoot.
contact tickling. Hold this pillow. Whoop.
No.
I think if I came at people like tickle, tickle, I might get shot or
Yeah.
stabbed.
Don't yell tickle fight on the subway. Just don't.
That guy with no pants will be all for it, though.
They're
Mm.
spreading it all right.
Oh, there's a chance he'll turn around and spread it all right.
It is interesting. It is interesting how people's faces change, especially when we get older. We all get old. We get wrinkles and our faces slide off our face. But they go around New York, and then when they talk to you, how their face, they smile and they open up, and it is amazing. Humans are amazing. I love humans, even though I hate them. And there's so much laughter to be had, and we get so distracted and bogged down by things that don't matter. We really do.
You know, when people say
And
I'm torn by my choices or my nature, I think the bottom line is just make the choice you want. Don't let the impetus of whatever just happened push you in the direction you wouldn't want to go if you took a moment and thought. And this is something every day or multiple times a day you might have to make that choice again and again and again of, do I want to be upset? Do I want to be happy? Do I want to laugh here or do I want to frown? Um, but yeah, I think it's important to remember you might not be able to choose how you emotionally react, but you can choose how you react to your emotions. Um, so that knee-jerk reaction, it is your choice to turn it off. If those guys weren't trolling us, we're having a genuine conversation about, you know, the handicapped person getting on the bus or the old person getting on the bus. No, you absolutely choose. Go ahead.
to be fair
Hmm.
to the troll, um, I have been on a bus trying to get to work, and we had to pick up not one but two people in wheelchairs, right? And not just a wheelchair. I mean, they look like they're in pretty bad shape. And it's an older bus, so you have to stop. He has to get out, and then he has to go to the back of the bus to clear people out. I mean, there's 20 minutes
Wow.
extra on the bus ride, so it is a lot. But
Yeah, it's a process.
to respond to my emotions, I remind myself, oh, it could be you. Could be.
You know what? Maybe you should assume someday that'll be you. And it might be only one day that's you.
If
But
it's gonna be me, there's gonna be a drinker.
but you know, whether
And the
it's
police will be like, ma'am, is that an open container?
maybe it's the one day you pulled your back, maybe it's the one day, you know, the 1 month you have a cast for whatever, or maybe it's the last 20 years of your life. Or hell, maybe it's all 90 years of your life.
Oh God, I just there's a guy at the chiropractor. I run into him a lot. He's in a wheelchair and he's got a catheter.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, I there's times.
Although, be able to drink and not have to stop the show.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, you look at it. I know. I'll be the old lady like, all right, let's see how long it takes to fill up the bag.
You're like, what's the sip to drip ratio?
That's the Twitch stream for the day.
Literally the stream.
Go get grandma a beer. or go get grandma her 6-pack and I'll hand him 20.
Oh, God. Oh.
Know thyself.
Yeah, yeah.
I love Kennedy's suggestion. I am so gonna do that.
Which one? Oh, the
Well,
painting. Yeah, seriously, yeah. It's
you've seen those, right?
Yeah, and I'll do like one day I'll have the expensive, and then I'll do the cheap version. We'll go out. We'll wait all over. It'll be beautiful.
Now, let me ask you this. In no way am I trying to, force my way into your project, but will you want us on with you and you put us in small boxes on the bottom so we can talk with you, or do you want it to just be
Oh
you?
Lord. You don't want to see my painting?
Well, I'm just
You
saying,
know, I'll be involved. Guys, my God, you're a hoot.
well,
We'll
you
see.
might want to be
We'll see what happens.
alone and just reply to us in chat.
Alone, body
After
paint
hours. It'll be painting after hours.
after hours. Oh, that would be fabulous.
Oh my God.
I would
Oh,
probably have you on. I don't know. I'd probably be obnoxious as hell.
It's an option if you want it. That's all.
but
There you
don't do like. Well, you can do whatever the hell you want to do, but don't do like some complicated painting of scenic stuff, because shit.
No. I mean, you do simple things and work
Like,
from there.
like here's a snake. I can do that.
There you go. There you go.
Here's a snake on a diet. So I don't need two lines that connect at the tail that looks like some kind of drill
Just
bit.
one.
There's just one line.
Just one. Here's a dot. There you go.
It's the earth from afar. That's what I tell everybody this tattoo is. It's the earth from afar. It's when I got stabbed with a pin.
I'm the only one without a tat. How about that? I never thought that would happen.
Yeah.
My first one was stabbed in art class.
We have
If I get
decided.
one now, it's just going to get long.
Are you getting it?
Half the stretchiness isn't going to happen in now. You're
It's happening. Even right now, it's happening.
What are you getting? Where?
I'm not kidding. That too.
Andrea and I have
Planning on getting
decided
it at?
when we can afford to
Uh-huh.
go get another one. We've already talked to our tattoo guy. We're welcome to bring the microphone and the
Do
camera
a show.
and set it up in the shop.
Oh, I so want to.
Oh, Eddie's great. He's fun. He's like my favorite tattoo person.
If you're down here when we do it, you can come with us and be in the room when we're doing it.
I have already looked up those little mini micro cars.
Mm-hmm.
12 grand.
Ah,
Wait a minute. What is a mini micro car?
It's like just a 2-seater.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's
You're like, how come that's not 2,500, maybe 4,000? The
why do
hell am
you
I
want a
paying
mini car?
full price for a half a car?
just playing with ideas because Subway's nice.
She
I
wants to
don't
be able
know.
to pick it up, put it on her back like a backpack, and get on the train.
Yeah, so a guy got on the train on a motorcycle. Well, a moped, but on train, and he's glaring at people because he blocked the whole door. And he goes like this.
Why?
My lawnmower weighs almost as much as those cars. My lawnmower is, I don't know, 600 or 700 pounds. I think 700. And I wanted to clarify. Maybe I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. Never mind. I ain't
What?
clarifying shit.
Alright.
But yeah, I imagine those cars are only 900 or 1,100 pounds. They're not much more than my lawnmower. You got a flat tire?
I can grab it. I don't think I can lift it, but I've walked up and like wrapped my arms around it without really touching it, but I can grab it.
Well, with my lawnmower, when I have to change a tire or oil, I walk over to it and lift it up, and then with my foot put a bucket underneath where I can. Now, that is much harder in the back. The back is heavier where the engine is. But
Elizabeth,
I still can do
have
it.
you got?
Go ahead, Andrew.
Sorry. Have you gotten in one of those cars?
No, I'm dying to.
I'm wondering if you could get out afterwards. You just have to put your arms out the window and stand up and walk around with it on.
When I made Dillzilla and I was at a friend's place with all the equipment, driving those Jeeps, those old Jeeps, there's no leg room. I couldn't sit properly. My legs were splayed out while I drove this Jeep around. It was,
Wow.
it was difficult. Yeah. So these
Wow.
cars, I think I could get in and drive. It wouldn't be, I wouldn't want to like drive 12 hours, 8 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say because that's got to be uncomfortable. Sit in the back seat.
There's
Oh,
no
there
back
is
seat.
no back seat.
There's
Oh,
2 seats.
sit in the trunk.
I mean,
While
you can't
driving.
put much.
You know, okay, the police
You can
academy
shoot a
movie.
BB gun while you're driving.
Nice throwback there.
You
Keep
know,
going.
you know the police academy movies with Hightower, and he
Yeah,
goes and pulls out the front seat, sits in the back seat to
yeah,
drive.
pretty much. Pretty much.
So, are you planning to do another movie where you use military vehicles?
Uh, in the future, perhaps.
I just want to be the military guy who shows up with the hard helmet on and a pipe or a cigar with this mustache and just be like,
If I, well, let's put it this way. Once the screenwriting career catches on, or at least I'm getting paid to write, and I'm back in Virginia, yes, the movies will get.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens tomorrow.
mm.
I have woken up like, chest, this is it.
I have been getting heart palpitations. You know, where you like suddenly you get like a bird's heartbeat,
Yeah,
right?
like,
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
yeah.
And it lasts for, 10 seconds to 3 minutes, something like that. Yeah, I've had that like a lot the past couple weeks.
Really?
Uh-huh.
How long does it last?
Generally less than a minute, 30 seconds or so.
It's increasing though?
No.
How often does it happen?
There was 3 days it happened like one time one day, 2 times the next, one the next, and then it hasn't happened in like 5 days, or something like that. It's
I get that too. Eventually, a doctor is going to have to do something.
I am pretty sure this is anxiety related because
Probably.
what's going through my head when I experience this.
You probably do need a release of some sort, like exercise.
Oh, I thought you meant
You mowed a lawn.
masturbation.
If you want to get into a marathon masturbate, oh, I so drink and masturbate.
You missed the whole man's bush with a pearl necklace earlier.
I was listening. I
Were
heard
you?
it. That was horrible. See, that is a human condition that needs to be. If they could say one thing you could change about humans, I would say the inclination to destroy when someone's breathing. If we could weed that out, breathe that out. And that's what trolls are. They just want to destroy something.
There is a natural human inclination. This is scientifically studied. Like Andrea will see a cute animal and she's like, I just want to crush its little head. And I'm like, are you kidding? And she's like, no, I'm serious. I have this urge to hurt it. And I have found research on that very reaction. It's a natural reaction because it's creating an emotional stimulus in you and you want to stop that uncontrollable reaction. So the psychology makes you go the opposite direction to remove the thing that's causing that emotional reaction.
Because you don't like the emotional reaction?
It's an uncontrolled reaction. You have lost control, and because of that, you want to remove the object. And it's unconscious to want to do this, and natural, by the way, for anybody else experiencing it. Just if you're acting on it, that's unnatural. Welcome back, Andrea.
Oh, that was work calling.
I saw you smiling. Was it good news? Did you win?
Oh no, when I talk to work, you smile because it conveys in your voice. Right? No, they just need me to work some extra days. I'm like, all right, just put me on schedule.
Yay!
Yeah, it's all good. It's not tonight, so.
Oh, by the way, I have updated the website now, so our archives stopped at January 1st this year, and I have gone back and added basically YouTube videos for all the archives since then.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if I feel something and I can't control whether or not I feel it. I want to stop that. So then I want to destroy that thing that is creating it.
Correct. And this is not everybody. This is not across the board, but this is a segment of the population, and that's why that knee-jerk reaction of
So is there a basis for this affliction, or is it just everyone kind of in general, and some people, where do you fall on the spectrum?
option B, I believe. Now, it's been a while since I've read the research on it, and by research, I do mean an online article. Generally, the ones that stick in my head.
An article.
Exactly, exactly. I want to clarify that because I'm not like, oh, I've got 13 years and a degree in this shit. Nope. I read an article from a website that I tend to trust that tends to be pretty unbiased and pretty fair. But
Thomas Sowell says the road to hell is paved with degrees from fancy institutions.
what about degrees from lame ass institutions? Are they worth anything? But I've always felt that any degree I have is worth the paper it's printed on. It's what I'm doing with it. Oh, the concept that I'm introduced?
I'm chewing on it, and it feels very human, that response, a lack of control. Because it's interesting because that's why I think movies are so fun, and for me, and symphony is because I do have a response that I can't control, and I enjoy it though. But I was wondering about myself in particular, have there been moments where I have felt something and I didn't enjoy it? And maybe that's the center of hate, because we tend to not like when we see ourselves in others, what we hate about ourselves. I think there's a concept, a log line I'm going to figure out. Thank you, Travis.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to be able to introduce it. I just got an email from Twitch. They're changing the layout again.
Of course.
Well, I'm wondering if that's why we're experiencing sound issues, because they have disconnected certain incoming streams from Stream Elements or wherever. Or
they want to make us more like Skype.
You know what? I'm fucking disconnecting you now.
You too responded.
That's right. Stop destroying what I'm creating.
Andrea raised her lip at me.
We just move forward. Please do not swat us backwards.
Really?
Okay, 5 minutes till. Let me do this. Tonight, 8 o'clock. So sorry.
What?
Freudian slip. At 8 o'clock. Andrea, do a shout out for your channel, please. We will be doing Crypto Mysteries, a steampunk monster hunting tabletop role-playing game. Join us for that on her channel. Tomorrow we have Greg Chapman joining us again straight from the UK to discuss debunking fake psychics, which is something he does a whole show on. And most psychics refuse to work anytime around when he does his thing. But there has been one psychic, by the way, who went, this would be great for us to be on the same stage doing what we both do and going back and forth and having a good time with it. And he's like, I like that person. And by the way, he does always put the word fake in there, because he's not saying it's not a possibility for somebody to have extra abilities, but most don't. And here's how you figure it out.
And he's on tonight, you said?
Tomorrow on Talk of the Tavern. Thursday, I do not have anything laid out for Thursday, but we'll figure it out.
I'll handle that.
Thursday?
I'll lay out.
Nice.
Yeah, you will.
On Thursday, we're going to have Elizabeth laying out. We don't know what that means, but we're going to find out.
I did today. I listened to you in the dark on my back.
You did. Well laid out, yeah. It's and I can't think of any. Is there anything else? I think that's pretty much it for coming up. So now we'll bullshit for 4 minutes. Get out of here.
I got a quick bullshit. You'll love this. Okay. Chatting, talking, and I refer often to the current and what it brings you. It's funny. Topics before have creeped into I'm writing log lines right now, which is basically a high concept pitch that basically, in a sentence or two, states the whole film and the hook. Okay. When
Right.
you practice doing that, when you get one that's great, then you can write a query letter and pitch it to producers. Blah, blah, blah. So in the next couple weeks, I'll do probably about 150 of them.
Ooh.
I turned in 3 the other night because you challenge yourself and turn in other people. 2 of them were not only topics we talked before, but were brought up today. And I'm just sitting here giggling.
So I'm curious, what were they?
I'm not going to recite exactly the log line. I want people taking it, but one of them is, I guess, obnoxious social justice or is an internet, some kind of like internet sensation. She makes a deal with the devil, and if she cannot speak for 30 days, she'll win $100 million.
Oh.
However, it's advertised on the internet. Anyone who can get her to speak on camera wins $10 million. That's a comedy.
Nice.
What was the other one? I remember the other one because we were talking. Sorry. But it's interesting how it loops and comes back. Fun.
It is.
If you keep your face out of your phone, you see that a lot.
And by the way, amongst writers, it's called an elevator pitch. You have, yeah, it's called an elevator pitch where you get 1 to 2 sentences, basically 15 seconds to, if you met the publisher of your dreams or the director that you wanted to pitch your book to or whatever, in an elevator between just a couple floors, how would you, what 2 sentences or short blurb would you throw at him to get his attention? This also I have found relates to we talked about this last night, Talk of the Tavern episode titles, as well as when I worked in the newspaper titles. You want to give enough that it's not clickbait, whether it's verbal or nonverbal, but you don't want to give too much. You still want them to be interested and want to.
I don't like the clickbait they do now where they say, an elephant and a cat meet in the field and wait till you see what happens next. I hate that.
Yes.
Just,
That's clickbait right there. That's Harry Housencat in his little suit ready for the office.
Okay, I'm going to play some outro music.
Okay.
We're out of here. Oh, let's do a closing toast.
Oh.
I don't know. Be kind to animals, people. They're important too.
Be kind.
Here.
Oh. Hey, Mr. Otter, let's play the outro music.
Thanks for joining us in the discussion.
We need a raid.
Shenanigans tonight. You are the one thing that makes the show what it is. Don't forget to join us at the tavern next week. Until then, have fun, keep learning, and be good to one another. Now, raise your glass in good cheer. Enjoy the small moments every day. And stay
I like a
dreams every night.
Rappuccino.
And we're out of here.